This is the Farm Monitor. For over 50 years, your source for agribusiness news and features from around the Southeast and across the country, focusing on one of the nation's top industries, agriculture. The Farm Monitor is produced by one of the largest general farm organizations, the Georgia Farm Bureau. Now here are your hosts, Ray DeLessio and Kenny Bergamy.
All right, another Farm Monitor off and running without Kenny B, who is off this week. His absence, however, the only change in format. We're still going to begin the show like we always do, and that's with this, the show rundown. Coming up, a lifelong dream fulfilled. You're going to meet Joe Garner, the new president of the Georgia Cattlemen's Association, and how he turned his passion for cattle into a reality. Also on the program, a festival so big it attracts top industry and agricultural leaders. It's all about celebrating the birthplace of Georgia state vegetable and the economic impact it's had on the area. And then later, this pizza features fresh, healthy Georgia vegetables. And best of all, we're going to show you step by step how to make it. Meals from the Field and more starts right now on the Farm Monitor. Every year, the Georgia Cattlemen's Association names a new president to serve the organization. And this year, that person is Joe Garner. Our John Holcomb traveled to his farm in Union County, where President Garner discussed his passion for the organization and the cattle industry in general.
For Joe Garner, this farm here and this herd of cattle is a lifelong dream that after many years has finally become a reality. Garner, whose family had cattle when he was younger, has always longed to have a herd of his own someday, and now that the day is finally here, he says it's nothing short of a blessing.
I got my interest and my feet dirty in the garden. I started driving a tractor when I was in 8th grade. We still put up hay and those kinds of things. But the cattle, they made a decision when I was 5 to market the cattle. And so I yearned for that day for cattle to come back into my life from that moment. And so I started showing calves, steers, eventually showed some heifers throughout late middle and high school. I guess it's always been a dream to have a farm. It's really a blessing to have a place like this.
In 2014, Garner decided to get involved with the Georgia Cattlemen's Association at the local level, where he has since served in various roles, the most recent of which is state president, something he considers an honor as he wholeheartedly believes in the organization and its mission to advance and advocate for the beef industry and serve the cattlemen of Georgia both in the field and Atlanta.
The Cattlemen's Association is charged to educate our producers, to help with marketing in some ways. And we also have a strong legislative component where we actively follow bills and legislation through the process each 40-day session there at the state capitol. It's really a critical link for all of us, not just the cattle producers, but all farmers in general, to kind of keep some of that legislation at bay that may cause us undue harm because they don't see it from our angle. They don't understand the implication that food and fiber doesn't just happen at a grocery store. Food and fiber happens out here in the field.
Not only does Garner believe in the Cattlemen's Association, he also believes in the power of beef and says that it's a wholesome, renewable product that not only feeds people, but enhances their lives by what beef cattle and beef cattle operations have to offer.
Beef is it's a wholesome food. It is packed with many vitamins and minerals. It's a firm source of protein, and it is renewable. It allows us to keep the green space that is critical for all of our lives across the state. You know, many people may not own cattle, but I would venture to say a majority of people enjoy cattle out grazing in a field. They enjoy that green space. And that, to me, is a critical piece to the quality of life for all Georgians.
Reporting in Blairsville for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.
Those giant scissors and cutting of the ribbon marking the birth of the magnificent Upson Lee Agriculture Center. At just over 18,000 square feet, the facility is home to a stunning show arena, animal pens, student housing, restrooms, dressing rooms, as well as concessions. Nearly 4 years in the making, those on hand calling it a new era for ag education in the area and something that was long overdue.
And we've maxed out in the building that we was at before, and we went to our school system and just kind of shared with them about how much this was overdue, and really encouraged them to come out, and see what was going on. And once they seen how much we've maxed out, they realized it was a very much needed facility, and something that in our area, in the surrounding counties that can use this. And I just think it's a very big asset to Upson County to bring in surrounding communities in this. And it's a very big upgrade compared to what we started with, and very proud of it.
While Georgia's official vegetable might be labeled as the sweet Vidalia onion, it's actually Glenville that tops the state in production. Recently, this small city celebrated its work by throwing a big party. Damon Jones has that story.
There was no shortage of food, fun, and floats in the small city of Glenville as they recently celebrated another successful harvest with their 47th annual Sweet Onion Festival. And the thousands in attendance were treated to not just all of the festivities, but also a chance to catch up with old friends and family on this special weekend.
Well, they're going to get an opportunity to socialize, get some Vidalia onions or some Glenville onions, whatever you want to call them, and everything, and just just socialize with their neighbors and friends here and that kind of stuff. Every community or every family needs a family reunion, so to speak. So here it is, Mother's Day weekend. What a better day could you have to bring all the folks in to visit their families and their mothers and show honor to them, and come to the Glenville Onion Festival and get some treats for them or some gifts.
Even though Glenville might not have their name on the bags at the grocery store, it is actually the birthplace of Georgia's official state vegetable.
The original onion originated in Glenville. There was a man from New York that brought the onions down and married a local woman here and started growing them here 50 years ago. And Piggly Wiggly Southern was in Vidalia, and they were the ones that bought the onions. And in their bags, they furnished the bags, and they had on there the sweet onions, the pride of Piggly Wiggly, Vidalia, Georgia. So that's where it picked up the name from.
While this event is designed to recognize all the hard work that goes into producing this world-famous product, it's also shining a spotlight on just how much impact the entire agricultural industry has on this community.
There's a lot of economic growth out of it. The workers that are here, the people that these larger farms, Bland Farms, G&R Farms, two of the largest growers here in the county, they probably, each one of them probably employs 200 people each. We got other industries here. Got the Rotary Corporation. They're the largest manufacturer of lawnmower blades in the world. They got about 300 employees total all over. They got offices in other states and everything. But it's just an opportune time to come and share this fruit with our neighbors.
And if all the food trucks and more than 100 arts and crafts vendors weren't enough to highlight the importance of this festival, having two of the top members of the agricultural industry serving as grand marshals certainly did.
Tyler, I've known Tyler for a long time. Mr. Tom McCall, who is now the statewide president of the Georgia Farm Bureau. Mr. Tom is a great guy, and they help promote it. It's a good thing. We proud of the Farm Bureau, and we're proud to have Tyler and Mr. Tom here today.
Reporting from Tattnall County, I'm Damon Jones for the Farm Monitor.
Well, no need to fly to Chicago or New York for a good deep dish pizza. After the break, an easy to make recipe that's sure to satisfy all of your pizza cravings. Meals from the field when the Farm Monitor continues. right, I'm not gonna lie. That, my friends, right there, that is a skill set that I have always wanted to master. So today, when Marcia told me what we were going to be doing, I got so excited because I told her I am going to try this. And you know what she told me? She said, absolutely not. Not in my kitchen. You're not going to let me spin a pizza?
If you can, sure, go for it.
Hey, welcome back to another edition of Meals from the Field. Joining me, as always, Marcia Crowley. So good to see you
Good to
again.
see you, Ray.
I am excited, though, because when you said
these are good.
Pizza, you know me, I love pizza, and this is a healthy pizza, veggie pizza, really.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Take it away.
All right, the first thing we're going to do, this is a yellow squash tomato gratin. Okay, so you slice some yellow squash really thin, and all this is in season, of course. Finally getting into some stuff. This is like a third of the amount of squash, and this is 3 to 4 large squash sliced. Okay, I've already got that in here. It's a little salt, a little pepper. I'm going to layer the sliced tomatoes. These are Roma tomatoes, and they've been draining, so to speak, soaking up some of the moisture on a paper towel. If not, it'll be way, way too soggy for you. So we're just going to layer some of those. Like half of the tomatoes. This is 4 Roma tomatoes. All right, then this is ricotta cheese, a cup of ricotta cheese, like a half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and some garlic.
Okay.
And you're just going to spread half of that over this mixture.
And obviously, this is not the pizza. We're not doing the pizza
No, this
first.
is not the pizza.
Okay.
Not yet. No, the pizza was really good and fun to make. But this is really, really good. It's kind of a take on a tomato pie, but with squash.
Okay.
All right, we're going to pretend that's half of it. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of fresh basil, and this calls for like 8 leaves of fresh basil. Sprinkle that over there. Some more squash, and I'm not going to do all of this because you don't know how to layer, hopefully. If you can't, then you probably might not want to try this recipe.
I think we're good with layering.
I think we're good with layering. Yeah, it's pretty easy. All right, just going to layer another third of the squash. Basically, it's squash, tomatoes, ricotta cheese, more squash. You're going to end up with squash on the top. All right, more tomatoes. Like I said, this is really, really, really good with steak.
Oh.
All right, then you're going to do the rest of this ricotta mixture.
More layers.
More layering. Kind of like maybe a veggie lasagna would be a good way to. And this is going to cook in, obviously. All right. Then we're going to add more basil. Top with the rest of the squash.
It's starting to take shape.
Yes, it is.
Look
That's
how-
good. This was a hit.
Look how pretty that is.
It's very, very pretty. All right, that should do it on that. Then you're going to sprinkle it with half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And some breadcrumbs, and the breadcrumbs are optional. I just think it adds a nice little crunch. You're going to bake this at 400 for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And I think you'll like it. I really do.
Any particular type of breadcrumbs? Maybe Italian flavor?
Italian
just
would be
seasoning?
really good. That's
Okay.
what these are,
That's
Italian.
Italian seasoning?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Italian breadcrumbs. All right,
There
here we go, Ray.
There we go.
Your pizza. Now you can I bought this pizza crust at a grocery store. They have it in the deli sometimes, you know. You can buy it. They'll just sell the pizza crust. Go ahead. I can't wait.
I'm not going to do it.
You can use that, or they can buy them already rolled out, or you can buy them with the biscuits. So whatever pizza crust you want. Like I said, I got this at a grocery store. You can go into your favorite pizzeria. Sometimes they'll just sell you the crust. All right, this is a half a cup of store-bought Alfredo sauce instead of the red sauce. Put that over there. And of course you can roll the pizza out to whatever thickness you like. I kind of like a thick crust pizza myself. I mean, the crust makes the pizza, right? Mm-hmm. All right, then you're just going to start putting stuff on there.
More layers.
More layers. Here we go. Some red bell pepper, and here you can swap out these veggies for anything, but I just happen to like a pepper, onion, that kind of stuff on a pizza. Green pepper. You could use yellow. You could leave the peppers off. You could add meat if you wanted to, but that wouldn't be a veggie pizza, would it?
No. How about pineapple?
Pineapple? Yeah, I don't know. Pizza's kind of like my burger. Kind of don't mess with it. Give me a kind of a traditional one.
Since we're in Georgia, blueberries maybe.
Blueberries or peaches. I have had a peach pizza. Onion. These are Vidalias, but you could use red onion. And you obviously can add more stuff. Fresh basil. And here again, this makes it, that's what the pizza smells like. When you walked in, you said it smelled like a pizzeria.
It did. As soon as
That's
I
what
walked
it
in,
is.
I felt like I was in a pizzeria, like
then-
in New York City.
And fresh mozzarella, and this makes a huge difference. And you buy this in the deli section with the gourmet cheeses and stuff. You could use the already shredded if you wanted to cut corners, and it's a little bit more budget friendly than this. And you're going to bake this at 400 for about 20 minutes. And there you have your pizza.
There you have your veggie pizza.
And then we've got a dessert that I'll put on your website, and all it is crushed ginger snaps, lemon yogurt, which is different, Cool Whip, blueberries.
Okay.
That's it, and it's a light dessert.
Okay, and all that will be up on the
Yep.
recipe site. Of course, that site, very simple. Just log on to farm-monitor.com, go up to the very top, click on the recipe section. All kinds of stuff on there. Now, have we done a pizza before? I'm trying
We
to
have
remember.
not ever done a pizza
So now we
before.
have pizza on there. We've got all kinds of stuff on there. Go on there, find that recipe for the pizza, and flip your dough at home as well. That might be a new saying.
flip.
Dude, I almost flipped my dough, man. It's kind of a cool saying, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Marcia, it's so good to see you again.
See you, Ray.
Sometimes the brain just doesn't function properly, but good to see you again. Good to see you as well, and we'll talk to you next month. Up next, how ice cold milk plays a key role in the annual running of the Indianapolis 500 and why this dairyman will be front and center at this year's race.
It's undeniable. Technology has changed our world over the past 75 years. Dr. Jack Britt, a retired dairy industry professor, scientist, and consultant from Etowah, North Carolina, can attest to that. He's seen significant changes in technology and dairy cattle reproduction just during his lifetime.
My first experience in terms of how dairy cattle were bred was that you turned the bull loose and he ran with the herd. And if a cow happened to be in heat or showing estrus, he would mate her. But then we moved to artificial insemination, where we were selecting better genetically bulls that the semen could be frozen, and we could inseminate cows with the best bulls in the country or in the world.
Additional reproductive technologies, such as timed ovulation, followed, enhancing AI efforts and improving overall fertility. Another innovation has allowed for earlier pregnancy diagnostics for dairy cattle.
So it's amazing. We can know by 23 or 4 days after the cow is inseminated or mated whether there's an embryo there and whether it's going to survive.
Britt says dairy producers' ability to control breeding is healthier for dairy cattle because it's easier to limit the cow's lactation length.
It's had a huge impact on the genetic progress that we've made, and our ability not only to breed cows that are more fertile, but are healthier and more productive. So it's a great benefit for the farmers today.
But every new technology begins somewhere. And for many of today's dairy innovations, it's at Western Kentucky University's Smart Holstein Lab. A partnership with Holstein Association USA, the research facility puts new tools and programs to the test and prepares them for real-world applications on the farm. Britt, a Western Kentucky University alumnus, says it's exciting to compare all the technologies at once.
The technologies that we have today that we're using, electronic technologies, are technologies that are fairly easy to use by farmers and farm workers. Also, they address the major management issues that we have to deal with every day.
Determining how much a cow eats each day, if she's experiencing any health problems, or if she's fertile, are all examples of data that can be collected by technology being tested in the WKU Smart Holstein Lab. And at the center of it all is the U.S. Registered Holstein cow.
What is really great about the registered Holsteins, we understand the genetics of the animal, and in registered animals, we know their pedigree for many generations.
For Holstein Association USA, I'm Miles Ramsey.
Well, finally this week, millions will celebrate Memorial Day weekend by watching one of the most prestigious auto races in the world, the Indianapolis 500. And rest assured, minutes after the checkered flag falls, marking the end of the race, dairymen and women across the globe will no doubt beam with pride. You see, since 1936, the winner of the race has celebrated their victory by chugging a bottle of cold milk. It's a ritual that has become an iconic part of the race's history. And every year, one lucky dairy farm is chosen to both supply and present the milk to the race and its winning driver. However, the dairy farms that choose to participate in the competition must meet certain criteria, including being located in Indiana, being able to supply enough milk to meet the demands of the race, and adhering to strict quality and safety standards. The winning dairy farm is then announced, and its milk is used to make the traditional bottle of milk that is presented to the winning driver in victory lane. So, from our friends at American Dairy Association Indiana, here now, this year's winning dairyman, Kerry Estes.
For me to be able to serve the IndyCar teams in this way, to be able to deliver the milk to them, it means a lot. There's so much that goes into producing milk, so much commitment, so much effort, so much time. It's a lifestyle, and that is so reflective of what they do in IndyCar. And for me to be able to give that to them as their reward for what they've accomplished is incredible. I love the fact that I get to represent dairy farmers. That's an honor that I don't take lightly. I personally don't feel important, but what I'm representing is absolutely important. And that is dairy farmers across the United States. And for me to be able to represent my home, my family, to be able to represent my community by giving the winning team the milk is absolutely a treasure for me.
Great tradition, isn't it? Well, hey, before we send you on your way, a friendly reminder that for all the latest ag news regarding food, recipes, and what's happening on Georgia farms, be sure you check out all of our social media platforms, including farm-monitor.com. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the Farm Monitor. Stay safe and enjoy the holiday weekend.